All right, so we're looking at May, the May-June paper 2024. Question number one. Question number 1A says, calculate the value of the root of 7.1 squared plus 2.9 squared. Well, I would just basically type that exactly the way I see it in my calculator. So I have square root, and I have 7.1 squared plus 2.9 squared and press equal. So the answer here, 7.9 squared plus 2.9 squared, the answer I'm seeing is 7.66942. Let's I can stop here. Then we're asked to write the answer correct to two significant figures. The first significant figure is 7, the second significant figure is 6, and the third significant figure is the second 6. Now, whenever you're asked to write a number to two significant figures, you have to look at the digit that is the third significant figure. If the digit that you're looking at is 5 or more, you're going to add 1 to the digit before it. So if I add 1 to this, it becomes 7.7 to 2 significant figure. So the value of the square root of 7.1 square plus 2.9 square to 2 significant figure is 7.7. The same number now, but to 2 decimal places. To write a number to 2 decimal place, I need to look at the digit that is the third decimal place. So this is the number. If I'm going to write this number to 2 decimal places, I have to consider the digit that is the third decimal place. Now, if the digit I'm looking at is 5 or more, I'd add 1 to the digit before it. If it's 4 or less, I will drop it and every digit after it. Now, since the digit I'm looking at is 9, I'm going to add 1 to the digit before it. So the answer is 7.67 to 2 decimal places. Let's have a go at this question. It says, write the following quantities in ascending order. Write the following quantities in ascending order. Well, the best way I can think to approach this is to write everything as a decimal. So 12 divided by 25 as a decimal is 0.48. This is 0.46, and 47% as a decimal is 0.47. So now that they're all decimals, I can clearly see that the largest one is 0.48, which corresponds to 12 over 25. So it's 12 over 25. The one that follows next would be the 47%. And the one that is last is 0.46. So 12 over 25 is greater than 47%, which is greater than 0.46. Now, here's what this says. This says Mahendra and Jaya shared $7,224 in the ratio 7 to 5. How much more money does Mahendra receive than Jaya? Well, I guess the most intuitive thing I can think of doing here is to find the amount of money Mahendra got, the amount of money Jaya get, and then subtract to determine how much more Mahendra got than what? Jaya. It's the most intuitive thing I can think of. It's not the shortest approach, but it's the most intuitive approach. So let's go with the most intuitive. So we have 7 to 5 means that this is divided into a total of what? 7 plus 5. This is what? 12 parts. Now, Mahendra, she received 7/12 of the money, which is 7,224. So let's simply multiply 7/12 by 7,224. And Mahendra got $4,214. Now Jaya, now she got what? 5 out of the 12 parts of the money. And so she got $7,224. She got 3,110. So now, so how much more did Mahendra got? Well, you just simply subtract. And when you subtract 4,214 minus 3,010, we're gonna get $1,204. So how much more money does Mahendra receive than Jaya? The answer is $1,204. C. All right. C says, the present population of Portmore is 550,000. It is expected that this population will increase by 42% by the year 2030. Write the number 550,000 in standard form. Now, whenever you write a number in standard form, the decimal point needs to come immediately after the first significant figure. Or decimal point must go between the first and second significant figure. So 550,000 is the same as saying 5.5 times 10 to a power. Now the power is the number of times you move the decimal point, or the number for the power is the same as the number of times you move the decimal point from where it is originally to get it between the first two significant figures. And here we would have moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So the power here is 5. And so 550,000 in standard form is 5.5 times 10 to the 5th power. Calculate the expected population of Portmore in 2030. Well, here what? If the population increased by 42%, there's 100% in a whole. If you increase something by 42%, it becomes 142%. So population in 2030 would be 142% of 550,000. 102% is 1.42 as a decimal times 550,123, and this becomes 1.42 times 550,123, and this is 781,000. So the expected population of Portmore, Portmouth, oh, I thought it was Portmore, Portmouth in 2030 is 781,000. Stay with me. D says the graph below can be used to convert between United States dollars and Eastern Caribbean dollars EC. Using the graph, convert US $2 to EC dollars. Well, if I'm using the graph at US $2, I would go across, draw a straight line across. Anywhere it hit the curve, anywhere it hit the straight line, I would draw a straight line down to get the EC currency equivalent. And this looks like, at the bottom, it's each of the small division is 0.2. So this looks like 5.3. So US $2, according to the graph, would be equal to EC $5 or $5.3, or we could say $5.30. That's what it looks like to me. Then now, we're asked now to do what? To finish the question, convert EC $70 to US. Now, we could not use the graph for that because we don't have $70 on the graph. So what we can now do is use this initial value here, that US $2 is equal to EC $5 and what? 30 cents. And now US $70 is equal to EC, I don't know, so I just simply call it X. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cross multiply. So 2 times X, remember X is the EC equivalent. All I have to do is find X. 2 times X is 2X is equal to 70 times 5.3. If I divide both sides by 2, I'm going to get X, which is the EC equivalent, is equal to 70 times 5.3, all divided by 2. And the answer is EC $185.50. So US $70, sorry, EC, no, I think I did this wrong. It should be the other way around. All right, so let me fix that. Here, I'm asked to convert EC $70 to US dollars. So what I'm going to do is, I can't use the graph because EC $70 is not on the graph. So I can't use the graph. But I can use this initial conversion of US $2 is equal to EC $5.30. Now, what I have to convert is EC, I have to convert EC, I have to convert EC $70. I don't know the US equivalent, so I simply call it X. And then now I'm going to cross multiply. 5.3x is equal to 2 times 7, 140. Divide both sides by 5.3. and we get X is equal to 140 divided by 5.3. And what did we get? We got US $26.42. The US equivalent for EC $70 is $26.42.